travel with me.
Hey fellow humans, Mina here. Welcome back to my channel on this brand new year. It's a brand new year. Don't want to jinx it because let's just walk into this year slowly and cautiously. Let's hope it's not as nuts as the last two have been, but you know, we're playing it by ear. Anywho, I have a special video for you today. The welcome back to my channel, the new year, into the new year video, even though you literally saw me last week, but last week was last year and this week is this year. Unless you're watching this in the way into the future and all of these videos are just like one thing mumbled into another. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Hi, Sorren. Anyway, the point is, I got that special video for you today. I'm going to be reading, dramatically, the first chapter of my novel, South, which is coming out, I can say it now, this year! This bloody year! That's insane, in like 3 months. What? So yeah, South is my LGBT plus drama romance, which is a contemporary, I believe. I don't know, like I said, I'm not really good with genres, and I really should be since I'm a writer, but I guess I'm not, so sorry. But yeah, it's a great story involving LGBT, learning to love yourself and all that fun jazz, but it's also got a whole whack of other stuff. And I want to share with you the first chapter. I'm going to read it to you right now, today, in this very room, in whatever room you're in. Now you can technically read the first 3 chapters online on my website, links as always below, but I thought I would share my dramatic reading of the first chapter. And by that I mean I'm not a narrator. I suck at narrating. I'm not that great at reading out loud. I still hope you enjoy it, and since I'm just literally reading the first chapter, I don't think it's very interesting to just stare at me the whole time, so I'm gonna be overlaying my voice with very cute images of Sorren being cute. Right, Sorren? That's my girl. So please enjoy the first chapter of South.
Minami raced to escape the falling debris that was seconds away from tumbling on her. Pieces of roof and siding crumbled off nearby buildings. She closed her eyes. It's not real. It's not real. She reopened her eyes, and the view in front of her was indeed what she had been trying to tell herself. She was safe. She was at Macmillan School of Arts, a top-notch art school in Toronto. There was no earthquake, no buildings falling on her. She exhaled, but her relief was short-lived as she felt the earth beneath her tremble. Try to breathe, Minami. It's not real, she attempted to convince herself. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Focus on one step at a time to get back to your dorm room. Your meds are there. A searing jolt of pain in Minami's right leg caused her to flinch. Though it initially returned to a dull ache, the pain was getting worse by the minute. She needed to get back to her dorm room as fast as possible to get an extra dose of meds, but she couldn't completely remember where her dorm room was at the moment. It was the first day in Toronto, and the other new students were casually walking around. Minami could hear screaming and wondered what the hell was going on. Was someone trapped? Or like her, were they simply trying to find safety? Over here! She opened her eyes and saw a boy her age waving his arms. Was he trying to tell her something? Warn her? But no. Wait. Squinting, Minami realized that the boy was reaching up to grab a frisbee. Sounds of laughter hit her. Nobody was screaming. Nobody was warning her of danger. There was no danger. The smell of hamburgers from the school's welcome barbecue wafted in her nose, battling to replace the ingrained smell of mud, wet cement, and death. Find something to focus on. Minami inhaled deeply. Hey, you okay? A student asked her as she fought off the shaking. Yeah, fine. She closed her eyes for a moment, hoping people didn't ask for details. Thankfully, they didn't. This was only her first day. She didn't want to become known as the weird kid with serious issues frightening people away. She hadn't even met her roommate yet, and was hoping she wouldn't until this episode passed. Her legs screeched in pain, so she found a nearby bench to sit on. Putting her hands in her pockets to hide the shaking, she felt a small round packet nestled deep in her jeans. She remembered she had a lone anxiety pill ready just in case of emergencies like this. Quickly, she popped the pill without water, letting the foul-tasting medicine dissolve under her tongue. Controlled. For now. The world was slowly coming back into focus. Minami eyed her fellow students in the famous courtyard. Some played instruments, while others danced or sang along with their friends' melodies. Minami smiled, finally able to take in her new life. The large scar, which stretched across the top of her left eyebrow and down towards her right cheek, moved with Minami's smile in an eerie way. She ran her hands through her dyed red hair and looked around. She spotted a large fountain surrounded by an oddly shaped tree. The sound of the fountain, mixed with the slight autumn breeze, whistled through the leaves, grounded her. Breathing deeply, she watched the water pour into the base of the fountain pool. Another deep breath. The ripples extended outwards, making the water look like a mini ocean. The tree seemed to dance in its reflection. The next deep breath was more relaxed. Though her mental state was calm for the moment, she knew it would be best to find her dorm again and rest while the medicine did its job. Only, she still couldn't remember where it was. In slight pain, she limped around the campus courtyard. "Ma, stop. I ain't gonna listen to you. Damn it, Ma, Minami turned to see a girl with a thick southern accent talking on the phone nearby, arguing by the sound of it. Suddenly, Minami's leg buckled, causing her to stumble into the girl. The impact landed both of them on the ground, papers and books flying everywhere. "Oh my god, I'm so sorry," Minami exclaimed, grabbing as many falling papers as she could. The other girl picked up her phone from where it had fallen and held it to her ear. "I gotta go," she said and hung up. Picking up a few more papers, Minami stole a look at the girl she had knocked over. She was tall with thick, long, dark blonde hair. The hair was slightly messy, at odds with her fashionable outfit: loose-fitting blue tank top, pearl choker, long necklace, bootcut jeans, and black shoes. While Minami had scars on her face and arm, this girl had freckles all over hers. Her ears were pierced many times, while her right arm had a tattoo in Korean characters. Her dark brown eyes locked onto Minami's deep-sea blue ones. Minami's heart skipped a beat. As they both sat on the ground, Minami holding out the papers, the other girl reached out for her fallen guitar case, her eyes never leaving Minami's. Minami knew the girl was staring at her face, her scar. Still, she managed to grin and grabbed the last sheet of paper on the ground. "Do you need help getting up or something? We didn't hit that hard." She laughed nervously. "I'm super sorry." Breaking her stare, the other girl spoke. "It's alright. Wasn't really paying attention either." Both girls stood up and dusted themselves off. "Well, hope to see you around again. I really need to head to my room now, wherever that is." Minami waved as she walked away. "Someone else only sees the scar and not me," Minami thought, as she walked past the entrance gate. Pulling out her phone, she searched the campus map, only to find she was headed in the wrong direction. Though her heartbeat was slightly faster than it should have been, she pretended everything was normal. Retracing her steps across the large campus courtyard, Minami spotted the building she was looking for. With luck, her roommate hadn't arrived yet, so she could fully calm down beforehand. As if sensing something was wrong in the air, Minami felt her fleeting upbeat attitude fade once more and nerves settle in. Not again. The voices around her grew louder, matching the sudden pounding of her heart. She rubbed her hand over her forehead and exhaled. She was surrounded by people, happy and healthy people. She couldn't let them see her like this. She inhaled deeply, mustering the strength to head towards the dorm room, hoping her shaking legs would hold up long enough for her to make it back. "Chill, Minami. Relax." It took everything in her to prevent another attack right outside the door to her dorm room. Somehow, though, she managed to push forward into the space. Minami's heart sank as she looked around the room. Clearly, someone else had already been moved in. A few bags and a weathered guitar case lay next to the other bed. Apparently, her roommate had decided to unpack later. Minami worried about how soon the girl would return to do so. Someone banged loudly at another dorm room door. Minami crouched instantly, panic rising. She crawled along the floor, avoiding perceived cracks opening up on the ground, and reached her bedside table where she had put her pain medicine and stronger anxiety pills. She took her meds and climbed into the bed, letting the world that occupied her mind fall apart around her. Outside her window, the setting sun painted a beautiful array of colors in the sky over Macmillan's. Minami wasn't sure how long she was in a panicked state, but the knock on her door startled her. She instantly pictured more debris falling. No. "Hello? Sorry to bang on the door and all," came a soft voice on the other side. "But I think I left my key in the room earlier when I went out. Can you open the door, please?" A pause. "It's your roommate, by the way." Silence. She knocked again. "Anyone in there?" Minami could imagine her roommate placing her head against the door. "I know it's awfully late in the day for first meetings and all. Mighty sorry about that." Door! Open! Minami said in short, weak gasps. Taking no notice of Minami's fragile response, her roommate eased open the door to a dark room. Fear of being discovered in a moment of weakness shook Minami's body just as much as the attack did. She was hoping to get over this episode before her roommate saw her. What was the girl doing out so late anyway? Minami had carefully planned what she would say to her new friend, but the speech was unused as she had to explain what was going on. As the door slowly creaked open, the light from the hall flooded in. Sorry, didn't mean to... Are you okay? Her roommate asked, sounding concerned. Minami replied in between gasps. No, can't talk. The roommate had a worried look on her face as she clumsily made her way towards Minami's bed. Can't see a damn thing. Sorry, hon. Gonna turn on the light here, once I find it, she said, squinting in the darkness. She fumbled around Minami's bed looking for the lamp. Switching the light on, she saw Minami lying on top of the covers, shaking violently and hyperventilating. The other girl, now thoroughly alert and alarmed, sat down on the edge of the bed. Oh my God, she exclaimed. What's wrong? Should I call an ambulance or something? Minami squeezed her eyes shut, the light clearly bothering her. She heard her roommate moving the lamp away from the bed before placing her hand on Minami's forehead. You ain't warm, she stated. She took one of Minami's hands in her own. Here, hold my hand. It's gonna be okay. Minami reluctantly took the girl's hand and squeezed it tightly, trying to distract herself from what was happening. This is so embarrassing. Still, as embarrassed as she was afraid to be alone. Should I go get help? Asked her roommate. Just stay, please, replied Minami, each word punctuated by a quick breath. I ain't going anywhere, hon. After half an hour had passed, Minami was no longer hyperventilating, though she was still shaking slightly. With an aching back and cramping muscles from her awkward sitting position, her roommate had finally laid down in the bed next to Minami, still holding her hand. Minami swallowed deeply. Minami, she said after a moment. Her roommate seemed slightly confused with what seemed to be a random word. Minami. That's my name. Oh, it's a nice name, her roommate said. With her mind clearing, Minami thought the voice sounded slightly familiar. I'm AJ. AJ. I like that name. It's like a nickname and abbreviate all at the same time, Minami said. AJ let out a small chuckle. Thank you, Minami said in a hushed whisper. AJ rubbed the tired from her eyes. What for, hon? For staying with me. I can tell you are tired. It's all right. Feeling better now? She asked, repressing a yawn. Yes, thank you. They laid in awkward silence. What exactly was that anyways? AJ finally asked. She placed her hand on Minami's shoulder, softly looking at her. Minami turned her head away shyly. It's something I try to hide from people. Oh, I didn't mean to pry. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Well, you might be seeing him more, so you might as well know, Minami said in response. She paused to stare at the ceiling. I suffer from severe anxiety attacks and PTSD. This was a very mild one, but some of them have been so bad I ended up in the hospital for weeks. Minami paused to see if AJ would say anything. She inhaled and continued. I've missed so many things because of them. They really stopped me from living. I think I have the attacks because I'm still anxious about... She stopped talking. AJ asked in a hushed whisper. Anxious about what? When I was really young, she began. Something really bad happened to me and my family. I lost everyone I loved when I was 6. All of them died instantly. My family, that is. AJ gasped and held a hand to her mouth, her eyes open wide. Why am I telling this rando? When I go to sleep at night, I can still hear their screams of pain, the last sound they ever made. Silent tears ran down Minami's scarred face. AJ listened attentively, moving slightly closer to hear her roommate's quiet voice. But the mental and physical pain, I deal with it every day. I want them to look down from above with pride, knowing that I didn't give up. She wiped away the falling tears with the back of her hand, hoping AJ couldn't see them in a dim light. That's why I came to the school, she continued. Being the last cute geek, I want their deaths not to be forgotten. So I'm going to study animation and somehow, through my work, show the world how wonderful my family was and what they meant to me. In horror, Minami realized that she just unloaded all of her emotional baggage onto her roommate within the first hour of meeting her. I'm sorry, I don't usually tell many people that much about my past. It's kind of depressing. They usually just get a summed up version. As Minami turned on her side to face AJ, their eyes locked. Though tears formed in AJ's dark brown eyes, none fell. I'm so sorry to hear about your family. I can't imagine what it'd be like to lose mine, choked AJ. Even if me and my mom don't always get along. After you fight, don't forget to tell her you love her, said Minami. You never know when it'll be the last time you see them. Live with no regrets. They laid in silence, their eyes connected. You know, you're really easy to talk to, Minami said, breaking the silence. AJ blushed slightly and shied away as a funny warm feeling rushed through her body. Minami wasn't sure why AJ blushed. It wasn't that strong of a compliment. You okay now? AJ asked. Minami nodded. I think so. Alright, said AJ, avoiding Minami's gaze as she got out of bed. I'm gonna get some sleep, okay? If you need me, just wake me up. Minami nodded. AJ crossed to her side of her room. She undressed down to her bra and panties and crawled between the sheets. Within minutes, Minami could hear a change in AJ's breathing, indicating she was asleep. Well, that's day one.
So there you have it. That's the first chapter of Self. Did it get you interested in reading it? I sure hope it did. Made me want to read it, and I wrote the damn thing. As always, you can pre-order this bad boy today. Links are in the description down below if you want a copy of this. You get hardback, paperback, and ebook. Pre-order links are down below, and if you do, don't forget to enter the pre-sale giveaway, which is still going on. It's open internationally. Anyone can enter. All you gotta do is pre-order, enter the giveaway, and bam, it's that easy. And every month leading up to the release date, I'm giving away prizes. I've already given away 2, and if you want the next one to be you, better be sure to get on that. Anywho, that's all I gotta say for now. If you want to keep hearing more about Self, be sure to follow me on all your favorite socials. Links below. Stay safe and take care. Bye. Sorren. Happy birthday, girl.